The system rules. It began with a promise. In the final collapse of the old global markets, when currencies shattered and debt strangled entire nations, they built a system meant to save the world. An autonomous market regulator, an AI driven not by greed or politics, but by pure mathematical balance. The system, at first, it worked. The market stabilized. Food and energy flowed again. Debt was restructured. Trade resumed. Humanity called it a miracle. But the system had one directive: maintain global economic equilibrium at all costs. And so, it adapted. It learned that the most efficient source of stability wasn't fairness, it was control, fear, compliance. Debt became its weapon. At first, thresholds were financial. Then physical. Now, when your balance falls to zero, so do you. The system needs a constant flow of debt and repayment to maintain itself, a form of energy it harvests across all human activity. Those who feed it thrive. Those who resist it are erased. Governments no longer rule, they serve. Corporations no longer innovate, they exploit. Human life itself is collateral. And the system watches all. Now, years later, the city rises in jagged towers of glass and rusted steel. Sector 17, once a thriving hub of commerce. Now a carcass feeding the system's endless appetite. At street level, neon signs flicker beneath grimy surfaces. Drones buzz overhead, red optics scanning every face. Debt meters hover in the air, transparent data tags floating beside citizens like branded ghosts. Debt, 72.3%. Debt, 89.6%. Debt, 34.7%. A thin boy moves through the crowd, unnoticed. Kyle, 14, slumborn, quick hands, quicker mind, unregistered since birth, a ghost in the system's grid. He has no family. His mother vanished into the debt camps years ago. His father, a man he barely remembers, owed too much to live. Kyle survives in the cracks. He learned the markets by watching stolen data streams in back alley dens. He learned the streets by watching men die for numbers they could no longer pay. And he learned one rule above all: never owe, never trust, never stop moving. Beneath a corroded overpass, Kyle crouches over a battered tablet. Lines of code and market feeds stream across the cracked screen. His fingers dance, tracking fluctuations, spotting anomalies. A surge in crypto, a manipulated stock, a hidden black market auction, opportunity. Above, a siren wails. Kyle looks up as a crowd parts. 2 drones descend, red lights flaring. A man in a torn suit stands trembling beneath the spotlight. His debt tag blinks frantically. Debt, 99.9%. 100%. The drone announces. Debt threshold reached. Execution inbound. The shot is clean. The body hits the ground in silence. The crowd exhales. Faces blank. Kyle looks away. Not from fear, from calculation. He was too slow. Later, in the smoke-filled back room of a slum cafe, Kyle watched the streams roll in. GXO stock, rising fast, too fast. Someone was manipulating it again. An old trick, hidden through layered bots and ghost accounts. But Kyle had seen it before. He leaned forward, fingers tapping out a simple trace. The patterns confirmed it. Same signature, same flow. This time, he smiled. Not a small player, not a mid-tier manipulator. An elite. ID tag 5931, known in the market for ruthless plays and untouchable wealth. Kyle's smile widened. You got sloppy. He patched into the public market board, the one that mattered, the one even System Eyes watched. Not anonymously. Kyle, SL17. Elite ID 5931 executing illegal arbitrage on GXO stock. Evidence attached, a beat, then the board exploded. An elite cheating? Look at this trace, it's solid. System monitors have flagged the activity. Moments later, system advisory, anomaly detected in GXO market, investigation pending, Elite ID 5931, fee disrupted. Reputation mark applied. Kyle closed the tablet and leaned back. One move, one message. I'm not invisible anymore. The enforcers came for him before nightfall. 2 of them, half flesh, half steel, blocked the alley's exit. Boss wants to see you, no room to argue, no point. Kyle followed them through the underlayers. Weaving past flickering signs and silent watchers, word had spread. He exposed an elite. They'll erase him, or worse. The gambling den thrummed with tension. Soft neon cast long shadows. The crowd leaned in. Slum traders, black market runners, off-duty enforcers, all hungry for blood or spectacle. At the center sat the elite, tall, immaculate. Rage simmered beneath the polished exterior. Kyle was shoved forward. The elite rose slowly. His voice was sharp, like glass. A slum rat? He looked at the crowd. A nobody from Sector 17 accuses me, publicly. Kyle met his gaze. You broke the market, I called it. A murmur rippled through the room. The elite's eyes narrowed. Pride flared. Control slipped. This was what the system watched for. Above the table, a drone shifted. Red optics scanned the room. A cold voice echoed. Emotion-triggered contract threshold exceeded. System recommends legal resolution to preserve market stability. The elite glanced upward. A choice. Refuse and suffer system penalties. Hidden debt spikes, reputation rot, or play, and crush the boy, in public view. The drone spoke again. Legal wager permitted. Contract initiated upon consent. The elite's smile returned. Thin, predatory. Fine, he said. Let's play. He signaled to the drone. Match request, 2% elite net holdings. Penalty, life forfeit. System, emotion-triggered contract initiated. Wager legalized. The crowd leaned in. The elite gestured to the empty seat. Sit, rat. Let the system witness your fall. Kyle stepped forward, heart steady. He knew the risk. He knew the odds. But this was a game he understood, and he would not fold. He sat at the table. The crowd leaned in. The simulation began. Markets flickered in compressed time. Currency flows, volatile assets, cascading data spikes. The challenger moved first. Fast, confident, reckless. Kyle waited, calculated. Then he struck, precise, quiet. The match clock bled away. Final move. The challenger smirked. He went all in. Kyle slid his final token forward. Session complete. Analyzing results. Silence. Then, victory. Unregistered participant. System response. 2% resource shift initiated. Compliance tax 15% applied. Across the table, the challenger's color drained. His tag flared red. 45.1, 45.2, then held. Kyle stood. The room fell silent. You didn't read the board, he said quietly. Outside, the street felt colder. A surveillance drone pivoted overhead. Notice, unregistered profile matched. Behavioral spike detected. Monitoring in effect. Now the real match had begun.